boys.
Oh!
Percocet gets the knock.
Oh, another one!
Quick counter.
The trade! Sam with the drop shot from behind. Unsuccessful on that. Jason coming in for the support.
What is going on, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome to day number 1 of the PUBG Mobile Club Open North American semifinals. I'm your co-host, Jukes, here with none other than my man, Mustache Dave. We're back, baby. We had a 4-day break, and now we're ready to get back into some insane PUBG Mobile action. Let's do it.
Looking forward to it, man. Looking forward to it. 3 days, 5 games every single day. So that's a total of 15 games. Yeah, I know math. And we have 3 groups as well. So it's going to be interesting to see these teams. I mean, we saw them 4 days ago, like you mentioned. They had to fight to beat top 24. And you know what? Now we got those top 24 teams here. Man, I remember it was like the last game as well. We were seeing teams go up and down, up and down. The Soul, hey, if you're watching, you did I didn't forget about you. I think they did not qualify by about 4 points, maybe 5. That was the story for a lot of the teams that we are not seeing here today. And on the flip end of that, some of these teams here today, they only qualified by 5 points. So they're definitely going to need to kind of pick up that slack here now that they are in the semifinals.
It's a lot to stake, a lot on the line, a lot at stake, that's for sure. And you know what? When it comes to the Soul specifically, like you mentioned, I get a little nostalgic because that last day they had a pretty tough couple of first games, and that last day they crushed it, got a chicken dinner, and we thought they're going to be able to make it through. But that just goes to show you how much every single point counts. Now, again, 24 teams here in the semifinals. Top 14 will be moving on to the next stage, and as well as 2 invited teams going on to the Club Open Finals. And Dave, you want to go ahead and rattle off the teams that will be playing or in this entire tournament so far?
Whoa. The entire tournament? How about just today? Just today. A and B. Okay. I don't want to confuse the viewers out there.
No
A
problem.
and B. So we got Quest, Ninth Circle, Endgame, Versatile. Endgame, they recently got picked up, and they are Supernova now, by the way. So congrats to Excalibur, Everfury, that's your boy. Clutch Kodo out there, and Win. So yeah, they got picked up, so they're going to be looking good. Versatile, Figure 8, TIBET, Warning 6, Tiptop Cn1, Syndicate. They were a top fragging team. If I don't recall,
they crushed
2. Yeah, they had like 2 of the top 5 fraggers in the entirety of the last round. Hometown also up there at the tops. Wow, looking at the list, today's going to be pretty spicy. Spicy meatball. Null, a spicy meatball. Punjab, Punjab eSports Defeaters, Infinex Gaming, Latinos Unidos, SK by BLW. So those are the teams here today, and I want to say we have a lot of the top teams from the last the opens, the group opens. We have a lot of the top teams here in these groups, particularly here today.
That's a big fact. Big fact. I mean, Syndicate in one game alone had 20 kills. 40, and the chicken dinner. That was 40 points, and we had another squad do that as well. Punjab eSports crushed it. Hometown had some huge games, and I'm really looking forward to see how these squads really approach it. And particularly, those, I think, top 3 teams are the ones that I'm going to be really looking at here today. But at the end of the day, we've definitely seen some big squads. Once the stage changes, everything starts getting mixed up, because now that you're down to 24 teams, these are compacted at some of the better squads that are from, of course, the beginning stages. So now, those rotations aren't going to be as easy. You're not going to be able to just push up on squads like you used to here. You're going to have to definitely work for it if you want that chicken dinner.
And to answer your question, I don't want to leave you hanging. Group C, I pull it up here. Group C, they're not playing here today. They will be playing tomorrow. So these teams are going to be sitting on the sidelines. I feel like it's kind of a good thing. They get to kind of scope out the competition, see who's dropping where, and have a better understanding on what to expect moving on into tomorrow. 303 eSports, they did really well. They did really well in the group stages. Execute right behind them, MostWanted, ParadoxNA, Scrim Farm NA, LeveLx eSports. I know they have a ton of fans in the YouTube chat, so they will be playing here tomorrow. Impact, and then 6 Angry Men. So that's Group C, to be clear. They are not playing here tonight. Not tonight. They'll be here tomorrow.
That's right, ladies and gentlemen. So 3 groups. We went from 4 groups down to 3 here. 5 matches every single day. Now let's go ahead and show you guys what the matches will be looking like today. And as you can see here, of course, like Dave mentioned earlier, Group A versus Group B. We're going to start off in Erangel, then head over to the jungle in Sanhok, then a Miramar. All maps today, Dave. Vikendi, and then one more Erangel match. I think this is my favorite format when it comes to like different maps being played, that's for sure.
Hey, I'm waiting for them to answer my emails so that in the finals we can get maybe 6 maps. Because you said all maps, but LeveLx, where's LeveLx?
That's true.
Where's
That's
LeveLx?
true.
Let's get that in for the last one. So hey, answer my emails. Answer my emails.
Oh my goodness. I mean, that's crazy. LeveLx is it's like Sanhok in like double speed. You know, like could you imagine that in comp with all those teams? It would be chaos, but it would also, now that you say it, it would be so beautiful to watch. At least one time, right? At least once. That would be incredible.
Maybe like a show match, you know?
Okay.
I mean, I would love to see these players.
It's like a warm-up match, right? Practice.
A warm-up match. I mean, this is some high-level, you know, competitive gameplay here. I want to see them pick up that P90. You know, I want to see these players use these P90s and all these other weapons that you can find here on LeveLx. But yeah, LeveLx is not here tonight, to be clear. This is the map rotation. I'm just joking.
Yeah. So this is going to be the maps and games played today with the groups. And a quick reminder to show you guys how each one of these teams will be adding points to their total score. Remember, in the semifinals, we're starting off fresh here. So everybody is back down to 0. And as you can see here, a chicken dinner is going to get you a good old-fashioned 20 points. Second place is going to give you 14. Third's going to give you 10, going on down the line from that. And then, of course, each kill is going to give you 1 point. And we've talked about this multiple times. Ain't that right, Dave? Really soon here in the future, man, those kills are going to become a lot more valuable.
Yeah, looking forward to it. I'm looking forward to it. And, you know, every single day that we play here in the PMCO, that's one less day that we're going to be using this point system. So, yeah, if you like this point system, well, take a snapshot because we're not using it. We are not using it in PMPL. So hopefully some of these teams are, you know, they kind of have that in the back of their mind, right? They have that in the back of their mind, and they can kind of start to maybe transition to a play style that kind of favors, you know, kills. Sort of, you know?
That's for sure.
You get what I'm saying?
Yeah, definitely. No, I get exactly what you're saying. And let's go ahead and say hi back to the people here real quick. And when it comes to kills, I mean, there's some definite teams that I've been looking at here in these group stages that really surprised me. I mean, because a lot of these are new squads, some people I'm not familiar with, or sometimes you see some, you know, veteran players that have, you know, changed their name, regrouped up with some other guys. But, you know, one team that I really comes to mind when I think about it right now is Quest. You know, when we saw Quest in Vikendi, they were crushing it. I just remember seeing them just push through squads over and over, fight after fight. And to see a squad, especially, you know, here in the group stages, it's relatively new, be able to perform like that, I mean, I'm kind of hyped up to see how, you know, these teams that end up moving onto the stage after this really fare.
Yeah. Now in my mind, though, you know, talking about Quest, and that was more or less towards the later half, I feel like, of the group stages. That's when these teams, they were already at the first page, right? They were already top 15. You mentioned it, you know, the scores, everything goes back to 0. So I'm curious on how their play style will be here today. Will we see a lot of teams play really passive and try not to just give away free points? Or, you know, like you said, if you are Quest, you ended on a high note. You were up there at the top echelons of the leaderboard, but at the same time, playing with no fear, they were making some big plays. Like they were gaming, you know, they were gaming. So I'm curious if they're going to just continue on with that kind of play style, because it did work out, but then at the same time, like, they had a safety net underneath them. So that's just something to think about.
Definitely. And if that safety net is so huge, right, then I think that would just stress the importance of how much a first day's like a first day doing really well is how huge it is to your overall total. I mean, because I think there's multiple different aspects when you have to think about it from that perspective, because not only is it going to, you know, give you more points, you not have to worry about later on, but I think that, like, at least in my experience, there's a psychological factor that's going to come huge. You know, if you have a team that just comes out the gate and just starts shredding squads all over the place, going on forward, you may have some certain teams, as soon as they knock one of those players, have a little bit of hesitation now. Like, oh, it's these guys, you know, like they were crushing it yesterday. Let's push back. And we've seen here in this game especially, just the tiniest little moments, tiny little missteps, one little second of hesitation, and we've seen squads get wiped out completely by that. So I think that is definitely a really, really big thing to think about going here, at least into the first day.
Especially at this level, right? PMCO, because I feel like that's amplified even more because some of these players, they're just not aware of the play styles that these other teams might be bringing to the table, right? So they don't have all the practice. They don't have the tier 1 scrims that they play every single day against one another. So it's kind of like that wild card factor. You don't know what the other team might do in a certain situation. And that's why I love PMCO. I mean, that's why these games have been so exciting. The endings have been so exciting here with these teams and these lobbies because, at least for me, it's always unpredictable.
Yeah, and it's so funny because, now that we're coming in here into the semis, it's reset to 0. Some of the squads that I think barely made it, there's a total, major potential for them to kind of mix up their strategies completely, right? Because now they had, 4 days to go back through the VODs, really research kind of like where some of these squads like to drop, and then saying that, hey, you know what? We didn't have the best performance in group stages. We got to crush it here at the start of semis. Let's just start, let's go ahead and hot drop on this squad, or let's go ahead and move over to this other island. And maybe you see other squads like that have that same idea. So I think especially coming up in this first match here, I'm really looking forward to see like if other teams just try to mix it up, or, if they just try to go with the tried and true usual. I mean, because at the end of the day, I mean, it kind of makes sense. You don't really want to make too many changes going into this stage because I think it can be tough for some players to kind of like adapt to that a little bit. What do you think?
I mean, you're talking about the teams that just barely made it, though, at the same time. Like, you just barely made it. Like we said, a couple of these teams, they made it by like 5 points. They made it by 1 game. All right, let's be real here. They made it by 1 game. If they would have went out maybe 2 places earlier on that last game, they wouldn't be here today. If they would have gotten 2 less kills, they wouldn't be here today. So I think if you are in that kind of boat, I think I agree with where you're going. Like, change it up. What didn't work, just throw it away. And what did work, look at it, hone in on it, and just amplify that even further here. And you know what? At the end of the day, if nothing works at all, at least you tried your best, right? At least you tried to live up to your expectations here.
Hey, well, one thing is for sure, even if you don't, you got to give major props to all these squads. I mean, I have a mad respect for anybody who, has the grapes to, get up and challenge at the highest level of esports. There's a lot of guys I know that like to be in the chat and be like, oh, like, how could these guys make this mistake in rotation? But I'm telling you, when you're in there and you're competing at this level, oh man, the pressure is on. It's difficult, and you could bring your A game, and then maybe you have one player that's a little bit off, and it could just all start going downhill from that. But we got these teams. They're getting loaded up here in the lobby here really shortly, Dave.
Sure are.
So we're just kind of like just talking a little bit about what's coming up in the past. A little what they say was a hot mustache Dave, or was it a hot mustache Jukes podcast, something like that? I don't know, dude.
Said mustache Jukes hot
mustache
Dave.
Jukes hot Dave. That's what
there
it was.
Go,
that is correct. Soon to be copyrighted. We're looking forward to that coming up soon, guys.
Of course.
But you know what? At the same time here, one thing that I was really kind of surprised about, because the start of the group stages, to be honest, we saw some gameplay that was just. It was looking a little bit like a classic, to be frank. I'm just gonna say that right now. I'll just say
insult,
that.
Man.
Well, I mean, let's be honest. We saw like I remember in the first match, we saw like 6 vehicles just driving and running over each other at the end. It was entertaining to watch. And to be honest, I was like, okay, maybe this is what we're gonna see here in the group stages. But I was completely, and I mean this with the utmost like honesty, completely shocked and just like mind blown at how insane the last day of group stages was. I mean, coming towards the end of it, it was so competitive. It was some of the best like PUBG Mobile I've ever seen, and I mean that like in all honesty. There, I mean, we didn't know like the Soul ended up getting taken out by like you mentioned like 4 points, and it was
close.
The last game that actually ended up happening there. So I mean, guys. We're in for a ride today. I think we're in for a ride today. I know it's only the start here of the semis, but all these squads, they want it. They're really hungry for this. Remember, top 14 will be moving on, as well as 2 invited teams. So I can't wait to see, you know, who's gonna get that little invitation straight to the, you know, finals there? Oh, you know, yeah, they got their jackets on, they're feeling good.
You skip the line. You skip the line. You know.
That's right.
You know the bouncer.
And
you know the bouncer.
And you know how you get that?
How
Cloud
you get
points.
that? Cloud points, baby.
You know?
Hey, if you got the cloud points, you know the bouncer. You go right
Cash
up to
it
the line
in.
and like, yo, I'm with them. And they're
Pop,
like,
you know?
welcome on in. We've been waiting.
You put the cloud points in your hand. You know, you give him that little handshake, and he's just like, oh yeah, go ahead,
Clout
buddy.
badge. Hey, put your clout badges in the chat right now. We need to know. We need to know who's got it, who doesn't. So
we'll see.
Yeah, like you said, Jukes. We're almost there. Lobby's almost there. So close. So close.
Yeah, so you know what, guys? We'll go ahead and we'll be right back right after this quick, short little break as soon as these players are loaded up and get ready for match number 1, baby. So get hyped. Go get your popcorn, get your drinks all ready to go, and we'll be right back right after this. is going on, everybody? We're back. Match number 1. Locked up and ready to go. We got the players in the lobby here. You can see that beautiful map dropping from the top right. And look at this Pharaoh suit. Tell me that don't look gorgeous. Look at this.
Whoa, hey, the map again. Woo.
Oh, yeah, take it back. Take it away. Take it away.
Take it
I
back.
love
Take it back.
Take it back now, y'all.
Hey, that's new. That's new. I like it a lot. I like it a lot.
Hey, pulling out all the stops here at the club open. That's how we do it, baby.
This is how we do it. So, yeah, players, obviously loaded up in the lobby, getting ready to go, waiting for that plane path, waiting for everything. But yeah, I don't know who this is they were looking at, but they are definitely geared out. They got
the drip,
the Falcon, they got the Falcon, up there, and they got like the full-on X suit, if I'm not mistaken.
I mean, it's looking fly right now, and
I
mean, the map again, baby. That's what I'm talking about. Take it away. There we go. Oh man, they're just teasing us with that map. Gotta love it. Love to see it. You'll love to see it here. As you know, all these players here just kind of warming up the fingers a little bit, switching some outfits we see up there as well. And I wonder how much, I haven't really, really decided like how I feel about like how much outfits actually matter when it comes to playing the game. I know that some players like to wear like the mummy outfit or all white outfits because sometimes it kind of helps them blend in with smoke a little bit more, which I can kind of get a little bit. But I mean, I don't know. It's something I definitely have to come back and really consider. But one thing I don't have to consider is what this plane path is here, and it's going straight from the north to the south, right down the center here. I mean, this is as I think fair as it gets here. I mean, all these players are going to have all their pretty much loot spots available, so we'll be interested to see where all these teams are looking to drop. And look at this. We see SN on top, and that is not Syndicate. That's Supernova. No. That used to be Endgame. That is right, Endgame, but they did get picked up, like you mentioned earlier, Dave, by Supernova. So we got Swift, Kodo, Ever Fury, all these guys looking to go over to North George.
Excalibur.
Yeah. Yep. And I'm really pumped up to see, where we're going to start the action off at. Because, I ain't going to lie. You don't want to be the first one to die here, Like, like,
I think that's every game. That's every game.
No, but I mean, it's a new group stage, and everything like that. The semi, you do not want to be the first one to die. And this is coming from someone who was like one of the first people to die, in the Star Challenge, So,
true.
Yeah, it hurts. You don't want to be sitting out, especially after all the excitement, all the pump, So you want to be able to get it done. But maybe you don't mind sitting out after it is going to be a military circle. And that's if you're one of these northern teams. But if you're down here, down south, like Null, all these squads, they're going to be highly favored here. So, I mean, man, we're starting off the semifinals hot here, Dave, with a good military circle.
Hey, what they say? A good old-fashioned military circle. Good old-fashioned. Not even just a milli. It's good old-fashioned, man. So, Latinos Unidos right here, chilling. But I saw right near them, if I'm not mistaken, Infinex Gaming. So, yeah, already 2 teams going to be fighting it out right now for, Naya, and swapping on over here to TIBET. They got Extract. Seems to be somewhat pinned down.
Yeah, he's pinned down pretty hard right now, just laying down by this wall. He looks like he does have like maybe an Uzi in hand. But we got Not Subpig from SK, as well as Siberia really close by. Oh, because they have a 3-man squad here in Watertown. So you know that they are going to want to push this together. Oh, I don't think Quan sees him. The grass is too tall. It's too strong.
Too strong. I mean, the way they're posturing and kind of looking around, I definitely think that I definitely think that they are aware somebody's here.
He stood up.
Probably saw Drac with the parachute. Drac getting a little antsy right there. Going to be popping on up. Drac, I felt like was kind of safe. They kind of didn't know where Drac was. Drac's still alive. 1 HP. Trying to run away. Quinn trying to hit the Quinn. Will be connected on the Drac right there. And yeah, that shimmy just not working out. Hey, they need to watch your tutorial, man. They need to watch your shimmy tutorial. I'm telling you.
It's hot jukes. What can I say?
The hot juke shimmy tutorial, bro.
Some people they get the wiggle down, but they forget to woggle, and that's the real problem. It takes time, takes a lot of practice, but hopefully, as time goes on, they'll be able to get it down. Yeah, it takes years of training to get those ankles, and knees as strong as possible. But at the end of the day, it's kind of hard, especially with all these teams in here. These guys are ready to play, and they're beaming people. They're ready to get going here.
Laser.
Laser.
Dude, you know you're getting old. I was dancing the other day and I twisted my ankle. No lie.
Oh.
Oh
Struggle.
man, I was about to go to the hospital. Like call the hospital. Thankfully, you know you're getting old when you just fall. You're like, I gotta go see a doctor. But yeah, hopefully that's not gonna be the case here for Ninth Circle. And you brought up a very interesting, and it kind of came back to my mind. I like this Dacia skin. Skins, do they give a advantage, a competitive advantage? Honestly, Pyra from Cloud9, the corn suit on Erangel, I think that's definitely a competitive advantage. But all in all, though, I don't think skins really impact too much. I mean, yeah, Cabana.
No, I mean, at the end of the day, I mean, these guys have gotten so good at being able to spot like a pixel that's just out of place.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Know?
Like a little dot out there. Like a dot's a dot at the end of the day.
At the same time, though, if that certain dot just happens to blend in with that one little area perfectly, I mean, heck, you never know. You really, really never do. One thing I know is some players definitely like to use some different skins, especially when it comes to vehicles. I'm a big fan of like a comp. Just using the plain natural vehicle skins, because sometimes it may be able to trick some players and saying that, oh, is this a car spawn? But as the more experienced players will realize that all car spawns, they make these.
Okay.
So if you go in and you look at, if you happen to go drive by a vehicle, oh, but look at this!
What's going on?
Ninth Circle!
Unlucky, just driving right through a battle. Right through a battle right here. And they're, they almost made it. They almost made it. They almost didn't get knocked in the process. The Ghost Rider bike out here.
Ghost Rider!
The Ghost Rider bike out here.
But how did
the thing is, with the vehicle skins, I feel like at the highest level of comp, you don't want to have that, because if you always have the same vehicle skin, like eventually teams are gonna know who it is, right?
That's
like
true.
For example, what was it? It was like the last day, World League or whatever, Cloud9 didn't qualify because they were hunted down. Like if you have that red or that taxi Dacia vehicle skin, you always use it. A team sees that, they're gonna know it's you. That's just a fact. So I kind of agree with you on maybe using the default skin, because at least when you do that, other teams they don't know who it is on the rotate until they get that knock.
Well, I'll tell you what, there is definitely one skin that I know for sure gives a big disadvantage, and that's a US skin that has the lights on top, because when it has that lights and backpack on top, you can't shoot over it. So like when you're trying to go ahead and spray different players from that other direction, you're not able to at all. So I know that like when it comes to comp players, like that is specifically forbidden to be able to be used. That's for sure. But one thing, going back to that fight we just saw, I'm really surprised to see Ninth Circle just kind of send it through there, because they had to have heard the shots. They had to realize that there was some squads there. But maybe they thought that, hey, you know what, we got some bikes, we may be able to just speed on through it. But yeah, they got caught out really quick in the process, and they're down a few members early.
I guess they're trying to get the one up, because we did see the circle, and it has a lot of the actual play zone at military base. So I guess they kind of assumed that the risk outweighed the rewards, that they could be able to maybe get to that military base island before the other squads. I mean, look at this bridge. It's clearly being camped down right now. We got Null, trying to clear a path pretty much. Syndicate out there doing the camping. Yeah,
this is always so dangerous. Bridge camps can be definitely difficult, especially when you got like D-Pain up there on the scaffolds. Oh, we heard that Car 98 shot come out, so these squads definitely know that they are in a battle right now, and you see Kawhi with that VSS. Now from that range, they're not going to hear those shots coming, and you'd be surprised at how much of an advantage that can actually be. But you can see Leo on the bottom here. Oh, look at this angle, though, from Leo. Really nice angle.
Yeah, I believe they might have spotted that one Null player out there beneath the bridge, and they just might be the sacrifice here, as I think we just saw the other squad mates from Null just kind of say, nope, we're not going to take this fight. We're not going to take it. We're going to drive on off into the distance.
Yeah, and you could see Uli was trying to go ahead and run back. We just switched on over. Oh, yep, yeah, he ended up get knocked by Leo there. Wow. So unfortunately, yeah, he tried. He thought that he was safe, but Leo had a really big angle, and it's not something I really see a lot of players do. And so I got to give big props to Syndicate there for kind of, really utilizing that strat here on that bridge camp, because I think it worked out really well.
Saw Kawhi up there, BSS looking on over there, trying to maybe get some shots across the way and
Versatile's in the house, though.
Versatile, yep. King hitting the dirt right here, trying to snake it on out, trying to do a little scouting. But remember, Kawhi has that VSS and is on that roof, so King might want to be a little careful, especially because they are going to be pushed up all to themselves. Oh,
Goodness.
see, Team 6, nice circle. Cabo, I mean, is it worth? I think so.
Oh, yeah.
I think so. That bridge push, I think it was worth.
Well, I mean, I don't think it
They
was
lost
on the
one,
grounds
right?
that they lost more than one for sure.
Oh,
I think it's just Cabo up by himself.
Oh, then it's not worth.
Yeah. I was like, I don't know if that was
No.
worth. I mean, but then again, I mean, hey, look, Cabo, he's got a lot of experience playing in comp. He's got a really, really good spot here. I mean, to be honest, I mean, look, if you're gonna camp anywhere to make sure that you're not spotted, I mean, I don't think you could have picked a better spot.
Oh,
So
yeah,
I
he
mean,
lost the whole
goodness,
team.
I mean, I am not looking for a player in that specific area this early.
No
in the
gun out.
military. Yeah, no vehicles nearby.
Just a spectacle.
I mean, just laying
Nice
down and playing the good old wait game. You know, just I ain't moving anywhere. But this circle, I mean, we're starting to get off with some circle shenanigans, I think, here. I mean, because it's not your normal military island circle. This one is off way to the west and a lot of water. And, yep, we're starting to see some boats come out here, Dave.
Yeah, we're going to be seeing the boats. This is going to be Punjab eSports. Looks like they're going to be opting to just swim across. Looking around, I don't see any team right on top of them for the time being, so they might actually have a safe swim across down there to the military base island. Looking on over here, Warning 6, looks like they all have their own individual vehicles. My concern is these bridges, you know, they're definitely, we saw, you know, a couple moments ago, they're being camped. So any team kind of, you know, rotating on in late, they're gonna need to make sure to be scouting, you know, and their scouting needs to be on point right now because we have so many squads just kind of camping it on out, just waiting to fire their shots.
100%, 100%, and I think that's always a difficult part when you have a military island circle. You have to make the decision, I think, as an IGL and as a squad. Okay, what are we gonna do here if we landed north? Do you want to go ahead and just pick up like the most minimum loot possible, like a level 1 vest, any gun, and start sending it down to military as quick as possible? Or do you want to wait, get fully looted, and then have to go through the struggle of having to, you know, get past all these teams gatekeeping you? And I'll tell you what, from a personal standpoint, I don't like being gatekept that hard. I mean, it's not easy to push back a lot of these different squads. But, oh, look at this, TIBET pulling up on Hometown.
Trying to get the run over.
I mean,
not gonna work right there.
Was that a boat bait strat? I mean, like, it
no,
worked.
that was the U.S. That was the U.S.
Well, I mean, you gotta think about it.
They're looking for the boat. TIBET,
Yeah.
iconic. Oh.
He had to be driving to go get that boat. He saw it wide open, and Hometown, they were just kind of waiting here. And I guess, like, yeah, it ended up working out. They baited it out, and now TIBET is in a ton of trouble. Yeah, and Bar is going out to the and TIBET's the first one out.
Yeah, I mean, I think you called it. I think you called it right there. That was a bait because Jafar was in their own vehicle right behind them, you know, making the pull-up to group up at that boat. After that, though, after Iconic getting wiped right there, all kind of, you know, fell apart. Yeah.
SK has no clue that he's gone. Like, the team's dead.
He's gone.
You know?
He's gone.
But I mean, they're aggressive right now, making sure.
Yeah, look at him.
Hardcore clearing.
2 kills.
Yeah, take it.
Oh,
IFX.
there's that bridge. Infinex.
Did I make it by?
Quest, are they taking shots?
I mean, oh, they did a split on the bridge here.
They're going to get the sandwich.
Yeah, this looks like they are going to be able to get it done. Cross and Kiwang with the lay down, putting some big shots. Vigilante's down. Peralta makes it out with just an inch of his life.
What a play.
This is a very interesting bridge camp. This is the first time I've seen a squad really do this 2-and-2 split across the bridge for a bridge camp here. But now, now you're going to have 2 of their players pretty much being great bridge camps. So this is a really, really
But they already got Vigilante. They already took down Vigilante.
But, I mean, now you got players going down to blue. Yeah, I mean, this is a really a different type of play here. He gets to Kiwang, look for toes, and he catches one onto Chica. And Chica, you know,
I like it though.
That was a good play. I mean, definitely. Good
I like
shots.
the bridge play. You know, they had 2 on the north, and they didn't take those shots. They waited for the whole team to get on the bridge, and then we saw, you know, possible teams try to sandwich them. The thing is, though, I want to see them, you know, successfully accomplish it, like you said, because now, you know,
now they're pinched.
Yeah, now they're getting pinched back over here. Not only pinched by our squad out here, Tiptop, but also the blue zone.
Yeah, you know, I don't know if I really care for that 2-2 split on the bridge. I mean, it's definitely an idea, and to be able to see it executed here, I think I really like the fact that I was able to kind of witness that, because I mean, I would have never thought to try to really utilize that kind of strat. I think it would be too dangerous, and I think so far I don't think it's working out to their best advantage. But who knows? Who knows if in the future the right setup, it could be worth a shot.
Supernova. There's so many squads here on that east bridge, and in the blue as well. So yeah,
Man.
Swift gonna be spotted right there. Their squad mates, they still got 3 up over there. But yeah, I mean, who would have guessed that you still have teams camping the bridge this late on into the blue zone? Tiptop, they still got 4 up. 100% bridge camping it. They're not concerned at all with this blue zone. That's the least of their concerns. They're looking for some points here, and that's actually going to force Supernova to kind of change their game plan, and it looks like they're going to be attempting to, you know, at least send it to that west bridge or maybe even swim now.
Yeah, well, I definitely kind of understand the idea why so many teams went there, because of the fact that it was on the east bridge. The zone is on the far west, so they decided to go ahead and thinking that it was clear, but apparently it wasn't. But right now, speaking of not clear, all up to Twinkles.
Twinkles,
He gets one.
we've seen him do it. We've seen him
Could he do it again?
Twinkles.
The legend.
It's a 1v2, but not Sub Pig is in a vehicle. Okay, now going to be pulling on up. We're in the blue zone. Siberia is going to be healing on up. Looks like Twinkles might be going for that revive back there. Siberia, AKM in hand, going for that spray down. Twinkles with the M4 laser.
He's got to heal
Let's
up.
see if they can pull this one up. Ooh, now Sub Pig with the Uzi. Going to be popping around that corner, and Twinkles down.
Twinkles down. Yeah, you know, he opted. He was kind of trying to decide, do I try to pick him up or, you know, just wait for this fight? I would have liked him to see him maybe get off that heel first.
Oh, play
yeah,
zone.
PlayZone's just taking down everybody here in this match. Look how many squads are still over there on that eastern bridge, and this is dead center in military. This zone has hard shifted like crazy here in this first match. Goodness gracious.
And you know what? Cabo still alive.
Cabo.
The solo member.
Yeah, you're right.
Still alive down there to the south. Hopefully they have a nice little cubby hole to call their own, because I see Latinos Unidos maybe pulling up on top of them down there to the south.
Look at the kill feed too. We're seeing Infinex just taking out Tiptop. And Tiptop is just in big trouble right now. You can definitely see them getting taken out. 13 teams remaining here. Kiwang, he's down and knocked. Cross is quite a long ways away, but there's a lot of cover in this area, so I think he will be able to get this drive up. And, I mean, it's hard to shoot those that pink event.
Look at that.
That's might as well be cover, because it looks like Cross might be able to get this pickup right here, no problem.
So many bullets blocked, and then on top of that, you just gave away your position.
It's true.
And you got 2 teams right to the south of you. So we got Latinos Unidos here in this operator tower. Looks like we are gonna see Unidos. We got warning 6 in the missile silo. Looks like they got a little 3-1 going on. And don't leave out your boy Cabo out there.
Yeah, Cabo's trying to survive. And look, Wishy, speaking of having to put the jukes on, here he goes, having to do on his best. He's running in a straight line to jump. Great return fire. Awesome play, but you know what? Doesn't look like it is going to work out for Wishy, as Ander down there is going to be able to get the pickup. But I love that teamwork there from Cash. Oh, this nade. Can he get it from this far? If he does, that would be insane.
Wishy running across that open field right there. That's a death wish in its own. Just unlucky. I guess they didn't have any smokes to use. But we still got 3 squad mates up right now. They have some cover from warning 6. Looks like Cash attempting to toss out some grenades. You know, land them right on into that top floor, but they might be just a little too far.
Yeah, it's definitely a difficult. I've never tried pulling a grenade from that range. I saw him there try to use that jump grenade tactic. So for those of you guys that don't know, if you do jump while throwing it, you get a little extra range, but it doesn't look like Cash quite has the arm to reach there. So he's just going to be starting to pre-fire and put some pressure onto Latinos Unidos. But right now they need to be really focusing on where this play zone's going to shift, because if it shifts away from them and hard shifts again, oh man, they're going to be in some big trouble.
Yo, Cabo got a knock on the King from Versatile in the kill feed, so not only opting to
And gets the flush.
Play that snake. Yeah, ooh, nice one. Not just trying to play that snake strat and go for placement points, but also when the opportunity presents itself, making sure to get some shots and serve out there with that DB 4 times. We saw him just a moment ago. I believe they were spraying down right here on top of Hometown.
Yeah, and Goldblade is going for this res here. Really dangerous. As
Wow,
serve.
right
Oh,
there.
wow, and yeah, look at him. Has the angle, but opts to not really go and to send those shots, and that's because of the zone here. You know, they could have gone, I think, taking for those points, but then realized, all right, zone shift, we're going to take priority on that, and I think that's why we see Syndicate being one of the strong teams here, especially at the start as well. 3 kills on the board, the whole squad up, and man, this whole entire area is clear for them.
Yeah.
So far.
They're trying to prioritize, you know, the zone over 1 point. And it looks like it's going to be working out for them for the time being. They're still trying to weasel their vehicles in just the play zone. But we do have some squads up to the north in the foothills looking to make the push on in here as well. Right here, smack in the middle. Defeaters. I mean, you had to assume Defeaters were the only squad that actually dropped here off of the plane path. So they've had this whole time to kind of, you know, set their roots. Looks like they did lose one in the process, but they're going to be looking really good.
Yeah, definitely. That building's going to be really strong as well. It's not easy to push up on. And, you know, being this dead center with so many squads surrounding you, I'm definitely looking to expect at least a top, 5 finish from them. We'll have to see them still execute it. Punjab eSports trying to get inside. Ivorian closes the door, and he's going to leave Sing out to dry here. Don't think he's going to be able to get picked up. You start seeing some smokes come out. Yeah, it might work out. They're going to have to take out F8, though. That is for sure.
They left White Walker back here in the smoke, so White Walker did not cross the street, was not able to do so. So figure 8, they might be caught off guard, but Devil in a bush on the wall right here is going to be in the zone, and looks like they're going to be tossing some smokes of their own. I want to see Devil and White Walker. I want to see them go against it right now. Devil, a little suspicious seeing those smokes pop on over there, but is tunnel vision on the members that were able to make it on into the compound. White Walker could play spoiler onto figure 8.
I think they're trying to have the conversation between each other saying, hey, did you guys throw this smoke? Is it ours? Or, oh, and it turns out that they were able to catch White Walker there. And here comes Razor with some shots, but figure 8 using some great smoke plays, great teamwork to be able to get closer and closer to this zone. Wonder if we're going to see some free fire on that window. We don't, but they're just sending it into this building, and they want this Punjab team right now.
Yeah, Razar only has bandages, and here comes the grenades. Here comes Grave, tossing one in. That's going to be connecting onto Razar, and that's just going to leave one more up for Punjab. And, you know, trying to cross the road, it kind of all fell apart, but that's a nice molly. That's going to be able to put a halt to having figure 8 push up those stairs, and we might even have the revive out. We just might be able to.
That was a perfectly well-placed preventive molly right there. I mean, it literally tagged all 3 players. Completely stopped it for a moment now, but he's going to have to put in some work. 3v1.
Oh, there's one.
Figure
was
8
able to knock out one.
Yeah, figure 8.
I mean, yeah.
3v1.
You called it. 3v1. You called it. But yeah, that molly definitely was able to buy them some time, you know, kind of come up with some type of game plan, but there's just nowhere to go. Next zone deal's going up as well. So even if they won that engagement, they still have a lot of heavy lifting to do in order to make it on into that next circle.
Could you imagine if that was a nade? That would have been.
Oh yeah.
That would have been insane. That would have been instant highlight reel right there. But I mean, love to see that kind of play measures. I mean, these guys are just doing everything they can to stay alive at this stage here. You see Hometown, 3 members alive. Flash gonna move up a little bit, piece by piece, using that dossier. Because at the end of the day, that is gonna be some good cover. Okay, he's gonna blow it up. And you can just see Hometown at the edge of the circle right now. This is always a tough zone to deal with. Trying to spot out some of these enemy players right now.
Hometown, 3 kills so far. They lost Jat G on the rotate earlier on, and they're going to be able to make their way on into the edge, into this open garage for the time being. A lot of smokes being used here. A lot of smokes, a lot of smoke pathways being utilized to make it from one area of cover to the next. And yeah, I mean, it's coming down to it. We're in circle number 6. Goldblade has an idea on where to toss this grenade. Going to be going for that jump nade. Like you said, it adds a little bit more of a distance to it, but those barrels out there blocking it.
So close yet so far. One player I got to definitely give a shout out to is Kabo. Still alive right now. 9 teams remaining. You got Quest, really hungry. Love how Figure 8 has played this so far. But, you know, Circle Zone 6 starting to close, getting tinier and tinier. Next zone is going to really decide who's going to be the favorite to win this. And we're going to have to wait and see. I think that's what all these squads are doing right now. They're just kind of trying to move up inch by inch, get all the information they can, and find out where this next zone's going.
We got 19 players alive. Kabo.
Dead center!
Dead
Snaked his way dead center, and he's got a building to himself.
So, okay, if Kabo can come out maybe second and third place, then I can say that the push across the bridge was worth it.
It might be, and you know what? That's a really interesting building, and from what I see here, he might be in that secret spot up top. There's in that particular building. There's a really unique, there's a really unique area. You have to do some, parkour to get up there, and I think that's exactly the spot that he's holding. And if he's by himself, that could be really dangerous. We'll have to see. Figure 8 are in a lot of trouble right now as the zone does center out. All these guys are going to have to just snake their way in, hit some big shots.
Dude, this is so funny. I mean, this is something that we normally see at the end of the game. A lot of the players, they just snake it. But when it comes to this end zone, there's a lot of these barricades that they can just, get right on top of and utilize the cover in order to peek on over and try to get the upper hand. And it does look like Figure 8 Devil. Looks like they're going to be spotting out Quest out there and making the call to have their squad mates push up just a little further. Serve going to be trying to heal on up pretty bad right here, going for that spray down, but those gates, the bullet sponge out here. Hometown still alive. Flash going to be bleeding on out. Golden Blade is going to be getting tagged in the process. A long grenade from Serve. Is that going to connect? And it's going to be blowing on up, but no damage. No damage
just yet, and it's starting to get really intense. And look at this. So far, Syndicate 6 kills on the board. I mean, this is zone 7, 25 minutes in the game, still 8 teams alive. Could you imagine going out right now? You're going to be in 8th place. And Nomi, is in a big battle with Quest.
Wall. Yeah.
And that's going to be it for Figure 8.
Yep. Cross taking out
Leo.
Quest.
Big preventive nades. Oh, tags Kiwang. He's going to have to hit that laydown. And you can see Quest, man, they've had to work for this one. They're trying their best. But Leo, with that AKM, putting that work on the cross, and he's going to get thirsted. Now it's all up to Kiwang for Quest to try and get some more points on the board. And he wants to throw a nade of his own.
This could be it.
Well cooked.
6 kills on the Quest. Oh, nice grenade, and able to just snake their way on right between the barricades at that opening. I mean, that was made from them right there. That was made from them. And over here, though, I mean, Syndicate, they only got 2 up right now. Are they going to opt to get that revive? Because this is when they start to get pushed from multiple angles, and it does look like Surf was rezzed, and Chiwang still out there, just pushing ever so closer into this new circle.
Yeah, I think Syndicate right now is really focused just on trying to gatekeep this area because they're still in circle. Goldblade just trying to get all that pre-fire. It looks like Gabriel is going to go ahead and get that knock. And this is the most difficult part right here. Endgame, you got to hit some big shots. And Hometown, they are just stuck right behind this building here. It's their only cover. They know it. And they're going to have to work their way in. And it looks like they might be able to. Goldblade's going to get a little bit more real estate. Leo's hitting that lay down. But right now, Syndicate's are pretty split up between Leo and the rest of the 2 players.
Little 2-1 going on right now. Goldblade has been so aggressive here today. I mean, we've been seeing them in that front line, just taking shots, pre-firing, and tossing out these grenades. I'm surprised they only have 4 kills. I could have swore I saw their names popping off in the kill feed. Their damage has to be up there, just the thirst. But here comes Leo, going to be pushing on in through the smokes. And Latinos Unidos still alive. Still alive out here. Just, playing the circles so well.
Playing the zones, and you know what? I do not think Latinos Unidos has any idea where Kabo is. He's going to be up top here. He has to be.
Secret spot.
Yeah, and Kabo's up there.
This is it.
Yep, Kabo is definitely up there, but Gabriel says, I know this spot. I don't know if they heard that gun swap. Kabo switched to his Uzi, and
I feel like they were checking. I feel like Gabriel was jumping up there
they
to
do
check
not know.
just to make sure.
They're lighting up. Oh, Kabo's got to be just waiting so diligently. He's got 14 first aids, 3 first aids, 14 bandages. And I wonder if he's just going to kind of wait and heal it out because he's dead center of the circle right now.
And you have the protection of 3 members from Latinos Unidos right there on that first floor. So if any of these teams decide to push on into that building,
it's the play.
That's a bodyguard. We were talking about the bouncer earlier. They are literally playing the bouncer role for Cabo. Looking on over here, though, one more up for Quest. I mean, has been just fighting their way on into the zone. 5 kills to themselves. And
crushing it.
They've been trying to stick it through. Syndicate, 3 up for Syndicate. Got that molly in hand. Gonna be tossing that, into the doorway right behind him. I mean, really, Q-Wang versus 3 right there. Because you got Hometown on the opposite end of the wall as well.
Yeah, this is 9th circle. This is going to hurt so bad. And you can see him pre-medding. Really smart. Trying to go ahead and get it. Oh, he's going to use that smoke, though, to edge up a little bit. Man, Q-Wang's crushing it right now for Quest.
Cabo. Cabo was taken out. We didn't see it.
We did miss it. So it looks like one of the members spotting him. Crazy play, and there goes Q-Wang. Syndicate able to hold it down, but they're on fire.
Oh, the volleys.
Molly's all over the place.
Yeah. Flash just popping on out right there. That one molly might have just been the nail in the coffin. Serve in the corner, back against the wall, going for that spray down in the smokes. We don't even see anything in front of us. Healing on up right now.
It's all Syndicate. That's it. 2 teams alive. Syndicate versus Hometown. Serve is going to go ahead and get this third to confirm these points no matter what. But now it is a 2v1 situation. Will Serve opt to go for the... Oh, Trickster's got the nade. And you know exactly, this nade's going to go right through this right here. This might be all over. 3, 2, 1. And that's all 0, baby! What a grenade from Hometown right there. Able to clutch the first chicken dinner of the evening. Ladies and gentlemen, well done. And look at that gold blade. Trickster getting 3 kills each. Flash getting 2. And Jat G getting 1.
Not a bad game. Hometown, 9 kills. Syndicate, 8 kills. Quest, 6 kills. Latinos Unidos, 4 kills. So that's our top 4 from that last game. Not too bad.
And Cabo in 5th. Cabo from 9th circle, able to secure 5th. So what happened was definitely the zone ended up closing away from that building. And I think that Cabo just said, you know what, I'm just going to wait it out, use all my heals I have, and ended up going out to the blue zone right there. But what a crazy performance we've seen so far. And, man, 2 of the squads that we were kind of expecting to really crush it. I mean, they're top 2 right now. Syndicate in 2nd and Hometown in 1st place.
Yeah, and then Quest not too far either, right behind them. Definitely, I mean, Ki Wang, 5 kills that one game alone. So if you can come into your first match of the evening, get 5 kills to yourself, huge. You know you're gaming today. You know you're gaming. Definitely. So really looking forward to see how these squads fare in match number 2, which will be coming up soon, ladies and gentlemen, and we'll go ahead and see how that ends up turning out right after this quick commercial break.
What is going on, ladies and gentlemen? We are back now, ready for match number 2, and we're taking it to one of the most intense maps, and that is going to be Sanhok. So I'm pumped up for this one, the first Sanhok of the evening, Dave. Man, how you feeling after match number 1?
How I'm feeling, more like how the players are feeling. A lot of them were kind of caught off guard, like, hold up, we can't heal in circle number 9. Ah, you can't heal, man. Come on,
sir.
It's hard. It's hard out here. But one map in particular that we see the heal strat kind of work a little better, it has to be Sanhok. It has to be Sanhok. Like, we've seen it in comp before, and I know I bring up Pyra a lot in that corn soup, but Pyra honestly out-healed like 6 other squads in the end game from the blue. So you just gotta know how to time it, and timing is everything.
Well,
but yeah, hometown, syndicate up there at the top, quest up there at the top. We're in the game though. We're in the game, Hot Juice.
Yeah, you can see right here, this is what the scores are looking like so far, with Scrim Farm in first, Null in second. But let's go ahead, and like you mentioned, the game has started. Let's get right on into it. And here we are, ladies and gentlemen. We're locked and loaded right now, and you can see players are already landed. They're ready to go. The first circle has dropped, and it's headed to the north side. So it looks like you got Supernova up top. Syndicate, I mean, hey, when you're the bad boys, you get to go to drop boot camp. That's what I always get to feel like. So Syndicate, yeah, I think the baddest team goes boot camp. That's just shots. Yeah, either boot camp or Paradise. If you're able to lock that down to your own, you know that you're one of the top teams in the lobby. But we can see already, you know, some squads put in some work. Tiptop going against Hometown right now. Jachi's down, and Tiptop, they're on the hunt, but they got no armor right now. You gotta be real careful.
This would be the second game in a row that Jachi was taken out first on the squad. You know, Jachi, looking back, you know, was one of the top fraggers from Hometown in the group stages. And, you know, last game, okay, Hometown, they did great. You know, they were in the end zones, of course, but I can only imagine if they had Jachi, you know, with them, you know, to provide that support. Regardless, though, it's been working out. We are in game number 2. I gotta say, though, our squad right here, Tiptop Cn1, they're playing a lot different than what we saw them in the group stages. Group stages, we didn't see much of them. You know, they were always that team, always in the back line, you know, always, you know, showing up to the party late. But now, at least the last 2 games, I feel like they're the ones showing up to the party first, you know, with the condiments, with the beverages, with the Cheetos, you know, they're like, hey, we're here to party. You know, so I'm just saying, we were kind of talking about it in the pre-show, right? In the pre-show, that some of these teams that just barely made it here to the semifinals, they need to change it up. And I guess my point is, at least in my eyes, I know we're only 2 games in, but I feel like Tiptop, I feel like they're, you know, got a spark to them. They got a spark to them.
I mean, yeah, because we definitely saw some sparks of life of them in the group stages. They had some games where they did really well, and they had some games, you know, where they didn't really perform, I think, as expected. But so far, I think here at the start, like you mentioned, you're trying to see some I love to see how, like, their play style has changed up a little bit. They're playing really tight together, pushing together, and, yeah, I'm really looking forward to see how they're able to get it done in the Sanhok. But that's the thing. Here's the deal. When it comes to Sanhok, you can have all the plans in the world, and that blue zone just grabs those plans, right, puts them into a little ball, then lights that ball on fire, and then just throws it as far as it possibly can. Because I'm telling you, these blue zones in Sanhok are the most deadly zones in all of PUBG Mobile. I'll say it here. That's what I believe. Because, man, I mean, it is it's a tough one. I think a lot of pro players, I think, would agree with me on this one.
So you're saying the blue zone is a pyromaniac?
Oh yeah, dude. The blue
take
zone,
your maps and they crumble it up and light on fire.
Well, here's the problem with that. You know, to certain teams, the blue zone's your best friend. It's loving. You know, it's caring. It's there for you when you're in need. You know, when you get that when you get that final blue zone, you know, it shows up. You know, when you're down and out. You know, and it just brings light into your life. But if that's only for certain squads at certain times. Yeah. But at that blue zone, hard shifts off you, man, I'm telling you what, there's no worse enemy on this planet than that right there. Because no matter, we've seen the top squads in the planet. As soon as that actually happens, they're done. Like, they're just now focusing on, all right, well, let me pass all our heals off to somebody and see how long we can survive. Because yeah, that blue zone is rough, and I'm expecting to see the same here later on. But right now, we're still just getting started. Players just trying to look for loot and you know, find out where this next position is going to be. And
So how do you get the blue zone on your side, though? You said, you know, sometimes the blue zone is
bribery.
like your best friend.
Bribery.
Like, how do you, like, how does one go about, you know, really, you know, using the blue zone to their advantage?
Number one, you know, it's bribery. You know, bribery, and number two is respect. You know,
like UC or what?
Yeah. What you gotta do is, yes, you gotta go and send some. You gotta send some UC to Mustache Dave. You know.
Whoa, I'm just kidding. Hold on. This is not true. None of this is true, by the way.
It's all lies. All lies. All
someone's gonna clip it. Someone's gonna clip it and be like, this squad, this team won. They sent UC to Dave.
The blue.
No, we're joking. We are 1,000%. I gotta cut you off right there. Okay, that doesn't happen. Figure 8 though. Figure 8 double vector in hand. Oh, we were talking about pep in the step. We were talking about the spark in the tank. And, you know, it might not be working out right now for Tiptop, but I like that they're getting into these engagements regardless.
Yeah, they're definitely they're going to have this engagement might just end with this nade from Devil. He's going to throw it perfectly. Oh, Yang decides to go ahead and just run into the building. Oh, he's so stuck. Oh, gets the one, but yeah. Devil just too quick right there, and that is going to be Tiptop out. First team. But yeah, like what I was saying, you know, when it comes to the blue zone,
yeah, how do you get it on your side?
I mean, at the end of the day, and to be on a serious note, after so many games played, as an IGL, you're gonna start to get a pretty good idea of where the zone's gonna go, and this is just instinct, right? They're gonna be like, okay, you know what, the zone's positioned here. It's most likely gonna probably end up in this area, and regardless, you just know the size of the next circle. So you're trying to put yourself in a position to where it's either somewhat central, a little off center, and if it hard shifts, you're able to get moving. But that's the hard part about Sanhok is there's so many squads all over the place. You can't really just get free real estate. And if that zone hard shifts off you, you have to run through 5 or 6 teams. And no matter how good you are, it's just not happening. Big shots on the Salty, and here we go. Supernova getting into it with Versatile.
Yeah, that quick little pop-up right there, able to get the initial knock. And not only that, Supernova, the other 3 squad mates in the back lines trying to make the pull-up. Excalibur was recently knocked, but instantly picked on up. And we got a Dripple out here on the off angle.
Just drip, and he's got that backpack winking at us right now as he's on the run away. And I don't mind this at all. You know, when you're early, you want to avoid early engagements as much as possible. And I think Versatile realized that. They're like, all right, you know what? We did a quick little trade. We got everybody alive. Let's just go ahead and rotate on out and hopefully just try to survive for the next zone. Because, I mean, unless you're for sure, like, you can take on that engagement and secure it, it's fine. But this is a really, really sketchy area to take a fight. These hills, so hard. I mean, there's just so much terrain. You never know if there's going to be a player hiding behind a certain rock or anything. So definitely don't want to be doing any full sends around these parts. That's for sure.
Yeah, so I kind of like that. You know, they both, you know, got one knock on one another, and they got the revive, and they're like, okay, it's very early on in the game. We're only 8 minutes into this match. Let's not take this fight. Like you said, they were a little sketched out by the terrain in the area. You never know who might be lurking on the other side of this as well, so you don't want that to turn into 3 teams fighting for the top of the hill. Not Sub Pig going to be taken down by Pain from TIBET, and getting some revenge here from game number 1. Looks like TIBET are going to be able to get 1 kill on the board. SK, they got 3 up right now.
Gotta give a big shout out to TIBET. Look at the YouTube chat, and there's a lot of TIBET fans in here, right here. So you know that they want to be able to show up for all of these wonderful people watching here today. And you can see Siberia with the laydown, trying to get some information best they can. SK's really, really spread out right now. Oh, Pain with the long nade into the area of Siberia, and that's an eviction notice right there. Siberia's on high alert right now.
I just want to say, you know, Mustache Dave has been a TIBET fan since like the first day. You know, day one.
Person.
No lie out here. So looks like Pain gonna be over here on the coast, looking. And look where this fight is, right there on the edge of that next circle. So they're gonna be able to fight that one out, and whoever comes out on top, they'll have a nice little spot, nice little slice of the pie, because the majority of the lobby is gonna be all the way out there to the east, I mean, we see a bunch of teams trying to make their way out in right now. We got Figure 8. We got Latinos Unidos. We got Quest in the blue still trying to figure their route on into the zone. So, yeah, I mean, I guess these two squads, TIBET and, you know, SK, they could be neighbors for the time being. But at the end of the day, like, do you really want to, you know, do you want to share this, you know?
You don't. I mean, you don't, but you have to. That's the whole, I think, you know, summary of Sanhok right here. That's the problem. And, you know, you're stuck in certain spots. You know for a fact that I can't run out and take this fight, so I just kind of have to wait. And when you're holding edge of zone, you're relatively making a bet, and a large one. Because if that zone hard shifts away from you to the other side, you're done. Like, it is over. I mean, the chances of you making it in are, like, slim to none. But if that zone, for some reason, hard shifts onto you, I mean, then that's the dream, right? I mean, you're able to go ahead and most likely get the chicken dinner with a ton of kills. But at the end of the day, we'll have to just see what happens. And I think you're going to see a lot of the top-tier squads that'll be hanging out central, you know, just hanging out as center as possible, because at the end of the day, that's the safest bet regardless.
Yeah, and that's what we're, you know, I want to say we're currently seeing. We see a lot of teams kind of really in the middle of this zone, and looks like they're going to be trying to just take some pot shots back and forth. Goldblade, no helmet right now. Very concerning. Not only that, they have Hometown, they have 2 squad mates with no helmet right now, and you know, you really can't afford to peek a window because, you know, your head exposed like that, no helmet, that's a one-tap dirt nap.
Definitely. So, you know, one shot of 7-6 without a helmet or a vest, you're knocked. It's over. You're down. And Goldblade realized that. I'm sure he's telling the comms to his teammates to see if there happens to be another one nearby. But we're looking at the kill feed. Defeaters, man, getting into it with TIBET. TIBET is in a whole lot of trouble here. We've already had a squad taken out here, so a lot of fights going on right now here in zone number 2.
Yeah, and we saw Defeaters. Game number 1, they had the circle. You know, they dropped military base. They were right there smack in the middle. This game, however, they need to fight for their spot, and that's why we saw them up there on the kill feed just a moment ago. We got Figure 8 out here trying to stake their claim, you know, right across the street, Hometown with 3 up. I mean, circle number 2, this is normal, right? Even though you're right next to each other, you're so close. At the end of the day, you're so far. You know, you don't want to push on out, because if Figure 8, if they push out, right, they start taking some shots. We see Null up there on the hill. You know, Null, they're just going to pop out and start shooting at both of their squads. You know, that third party is just so strong on Sanhok.
I'll tell you what, you know, that's where everybody in the chat that's looking at me like, oh, why don't they just press this and everything like that? You just can't. There's just nothing you can do. You have to wait and play, and this is why Sanhok, I say personally, is the hardest map to play on, because if you're sitting at the edge and that zone hard shifts on you, the difficulty of Sanhok is, number 1, a lot of people aren't able to use a lot of vehicles. You're not able to get, you know, that extra speed on the rotation, and the timing of these zones are so fast. And look at this, you know, zone going on over to the northeast here, so SK are going to have to get a move on it, so are all the rest of these squads. And look at all these teams currently hanging out here in the south. Oh, there's going to be just a bloodbath down there to try to get into this circle. Tough rotation.
Quest. I mean, they've been in the blue for a while now. They're going to be looking to make their way on in. Oh,
I mean, look at that circle.
Yeah, already snaking it. Already full snaking it. Full snake mode right now. And looks like they are going to realize the window of opportunity and make their way on across the road. And let's see if they'll be able to do it. Yep, all of them moving good. I like how they're moving nice and close to each other. So just in case they are ambushed, they could quickly, you know, provide that support to one another.
And you know what? The top teams, and I think this strongly, the top teams are able to do that just to a ridiculous level, and it's very, very difficult. I mean, you're pushing with 4 members, and you have to push. I mean, we're talking within 5 meters of each other. Like, you have to be right next to each other when pushing, because if one player, just for some reason, happens to push a little too far out by himself and gets knocked, there's no saving him. But if you have a player right next to him, maybe you're able to get those return shots. Your teammates are able to throw down some smokes. And I think it's those little plays that really separate the best of the best. But we're looking right now. Got a big fight going on. Figure 8 throws a nade onto Cabana. Doesn't hit the mark. He's going to go and throw another one here. It's going to be close.
Yeah. Looks like Grave does have this little boulder to work with for the time being for cover to deflect the grenades. And Will Cash be able to get revived? Cash currently crawling on back, trying to get on into safety to allow that revive to be successful. Over here, though, I mean, Grave kind of by themselves. No, not kind of. They are. They are by themselves. We see on the minimap their squad mates are a little to the west of this. I'm surprised Grave is being so aggressive in this situation, because if they are knocked, I mean, there's no real support near them from their squad mates.
Yeah, anytime you're that off-angle specialist, you got to be extra. You have to be extra careful, because I mean, once you get knocked, you're done. There's no getting picked up, that's for sure. But you can just see they're trying to secure as much real estate as possible, because they have to get in this next circle. It's closing, and Warning 6 opted to leave.
Wow.
And yeah, just Blade from the blue zone is going to get that knock onto Clash, but now, anytime you shoot from the blue, you gotta be really careful, because now you just gave away the fact that you're there and they can get gate kept really hard. So Figure 8 are gonna have a really difficult rotation on in.
Yeah, 4 kills so far for the squad. They got 3 up. We saw them earlier on versus Tiptop, and they got the better half of them. Cash just can't seem to catch a break right here. The second time they were knocked out by Figure 8, and now it looks like Blade is gonna be making the pull up to get this confirmed, get the flush right here. But like you said, they're in the blue, so they need to be careful. I mean, Wishy with the advantage, in my opinion, from Warning 6, because they're in a safe compound. They have a window to peek, and they're not going to be being damaged from the zone itself.
Yep, and look at this, zone shifts off them again, and only 48 seconds, just like that, to be able to get into this next one. And that's the difficulty here. You have to have a ultimate synergy within your teammates right there, and trust, because if you're in the blue zone, one player takes a shot. That's it. Your entire team is exposed, and you're going to get gate kept like crazy. So you're going to see some teams opt to play aggressive from the outside and opt to kind of just try to sneak on by. And F8 with those shots, now they're just getting gate kept like crazy.
Yeah, and to kind of, you know, add to your point, we saw Null on the high ground on the hill, and Syndicate trying to wrap around the edge of the blue zone, looking to get aggressive. I mean, they hear these shots. They hear all these shots happening right now on the edge, and they're looking to capitalize on it, looking to third party that one. And it does look like Warning 6, Cabana is going to be able to get a knock, but we were just talking about Null, you know, hearing those shots out there in the distance, trying to third party this one. Twinkles in the sight lines up Cabana. Twinkle's able to live just a little longer. And hey, blue zone, welcome to the party.
Welcome to the party, blue zone. It's zone number 4. This one's gonna hurt a little bit here. And like you mentioned, when you hear shots coming from the blue, you're turning around and you're instantly just thinking free points, baby. Free points. You know, you just gotta go ahead and get these gatekeeps. But at the same time, if you're outside of the zone, you gotta prioritize it. And you can see Null. That's what they're opting to do. They're just gonna disengage from this fight, try to get into zone first, and then get the gatekeep on. But they gotta constantly watch their back, because they know that squad's coming for them.
No kills onto Null, and you know, I think that's when we start to kind of see that pressure in the back of their minds, like, okay, it's circle number 4, we still have no kills, and that's when I feel like some squads, they opt to take these riskier engagements. You know, they might not prioritize the blue zone, and honestly, I just can't really figure out if that strategy works at the end of the day. I really don't have the numbers here, but we'll see what will end up happening. Latinos Unidos, they got the zone. They got 1 kill. They're going to be right there to the north of Versatile.
You can see Versatile. They're able to secure these buildings here. They're doing a little 2-2 strat, trying to cover up as much real estate, which is good. The only thing is that if a full team decides to sand on one of them, they're going to be outnumbered, so they got to be really careful to play this smart. And Syndicate, they're getting into a big battle with SK. Leo's going to get knocked. Doesn't look like he's going to get picked up here, as the rest of their members are just kind of moving on over, trying to find a spot right now.
D-Pain looking like a snack out here, looking fresh, able to get behind this tree and heal on up, and immediately regretting their decision to push on over that hill where SK were previously
Another
residing.
hard shift.
Another hard shift. Good
Another
thing Syndicate has these vehicles, though. I mean, look how they parked them. They made sure to keep them safe so that these tires aren't popped. Will they use those vehicles with such a zone? I think that might be the play, but it's kind of like a YOLO play at this point, because look at all these teams. Oh, my goodness. Nice circle on the edge right there. Huge grenade from Fear's Null right there onto Versatile. Salty knocked out again.
Here we go, you know, zone 5. This is the zone, you know, where we just start seeing teams drop like flies, and a big nade from Null is going to open up this fight onto Versatile, get some points on the board. King able to get a knock But, I mean, Null, they're able to secure this location really well here with all 4 up.
And we got Warning 6 still alive, at least one member making their way on in. Oh, and as I say that, they will be spotted. They are taken down and out, and getting a nice little aerial view over here. Oh, D-Pain trying to make their way on in. Punjab eSports, they got snakes in the grass. They got their Uzis out. They're going to be making their way on into the zone as well. I mean, we got 29 players alive. 29 players, 11 teams. You said it,
10.
29 seconds, less than that now. All these teams, I mean, when we saw the mini-map, there was about 3 teams that were actually in the zone. Besides that, everybody's going to be closing on in on these edges right on top of one another. I mean, they didn't want to fight before, but now you're forced to fight. And that's when we start to see this kill feed pop off.
I mean, look at this. I mean, it's getting popping off with other players as well as the blue zone. It's only been a minute, and we had 15 teams before this minute. Now there's only 8 remaining here, and that's going to get shortened up here even further as now zone number 6 is about to start closing. 19 seconds left on the clock. 9th circle gonna have to push their way through this if they want to survive. But man, there's just players all over the place right now.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, if you're at this point in the game and you still have the whole team up, I'm proud of you. I mean, 9th circle, they got the full team up. They got 4 alive. They have 7 kills. I think we saw maybe 6 kills when we were looking at them just a moment ago. Looking on over here, Supernova. They're going to be making the push. They might be spotted here. They're trying to get on into the zone. They're going to be pulling right on top of the so Supernova are going to be stuck between 2 heavy hitters in the lobby. Everfury is going to be spotted. Oh, but the remainder of the shots were not successful.
Swift still sees Mondo. He's waiting. Swift jump up, and he's able to take him out there. And Supernova still alive with his 2 members remaining. And 9th circle had the full squad, decided to split up, and now they're in trouble. But Peril, look at these shots across the map onto Latinos Unidos. Great nades.
With Gabo.
And there goes Supernova.
Grenades. There they go.
I mean, look, 2 minutes.
Supernova.
2 minutes. 4 teams remaining.
That's it. Oh my goodness. Sanhok in a bottle right there. That's Sanhok. 4 teams to go. 12 alive. Quest. They got 4 kills. They got 3 up. And Latinos, you need those 2 games back to back. You know, top 5 at least. They find themselves in. This is a squad. I mean, they're looking for redemption. If you recall, Jukes, you and I, we casted last PMCO. They were in it as well. They barely qualified. They did not qualify for the league by about maybe 5, maybe 7 points. But things are looking different for them this time around.
Definitely. You know, Latinos Unidos, they want this one back. They want to make it into the World League. But they got to get through all these squads in order to do so. Great start. But, man, they're in a tough position right now. You see all their smokes coming out. And Sanhok, you're not going to get a lot of those. And Cross putting so much pressure onto the last remaining members of 9th Circle. Oh, this blue zone, it hurts. Gabo's got to run for his life. Peril taken out.
Yeah, and that's the thing. A lot of these players, not necessarily right here.
Cross from Quest took out all of 9th Circle right there. 9 kills.
You got to take into consideration the blue zone. And is the revive, is it worth it at this point in the game? Or do you just, you know, take what you get, you keep your numbers up, and you push on into the zone? So, I mean, we are having players just get taken out back and forth. And Quest, once again, finding themselves in distance, in reaching distance for this chicken dinner. Null on the opposite end of this. Null with 3. It's a 3v3.
I mean, Quest is crushing this right now. Cross basically single-handedly, you know, of course, I wouldn't say single-handedly, with the blue zone, was able to take out 9th Circle right there. But, man, this is the Quest that I love to see towards Endgame. They play so well, so aggressive. See some big nades from Nueve, gets the double tap. And this is getting a close one right here. I think Quest is going to have the big advantage going into this fight. Oh, but Null has the zone. That's
Null
huge.
has the zone. They have the low ground. They have 7 kills. Quest, they need to make their way on in. They have 10 kills. And they got Cross playing that off angle. I know we talk about the off angle a lot here, but Cross could play spoiler, could catch the members of Null off guard. Fears, though, will be protecting this side. Same thing with Twinkles, and Cross going to be crawling ever so closer.
Spots him.
For Twinkles, spotting out Cross, and that's going to make it a 3v3. Nope. Immediately traded right there. Immediately traded. Sky's in the bush. Nueve knocked down as well. Kawhi taken down and out 1v1. Fears versus Skies. And it comes down to this. Quest versus Null. Looks like Quest coming out on top.
Quest, I mean, wow, what a way to get that finish with 13 kills. I mean, that came down to the wire there. It was just a straight 1v1, and they just got it done. Got to give props to Null, though, as well, getting some solid kills with 7. Latinos Unidos getting 3rd. But, man, I would have loved to see Null in that position. I mean, if they had any kit, I doubt they did at that moment, you know, just throw it up there or just pre-fire like crazy. Use that zone to your advantage. But, man, it was a close one. At the end of the day, it came down to the last bullet, and Quest was able to just, you know, get that hit first.
Not only that, Quest didn't Q-Wing get 2nd place last game?
I believe so.
For them to get 2nd place in game 1, 1st place in game 2, amazing.
Yes, it is. Amazing indeed, ladies and gentlemen. And let's go ahead and go straight to the scoreboard after game number 2. And you can see Quest locking it down in 1st place, Hometown in 2nd. These are both the teams, of course, that end up getting that chicken dinner, those placement points being so huge at the moment. Syndicate in 3rd, Latinos Unidos in 4th, and 9th Circle in 5th.
Yeah, and we were talking about it, you know, in the pre-show, how strong, you know, coming into day number 1, there's 5 games. If you could be up here at the top after day number 1, like, you're going to have the ability to kind of steer the rest of the lobby, because they're going to be playing catch-up, essentially. They're going to be playing catch-up, and they're going to be following in your footsteps. And looking right now, I mean, talking about footsteps that are going to be hard to follow. 19 kills so far in 2 games. We've only played 2 games, ladies and gentlemen. Only 2 games. 19 kills for Quest, 10 kills for Hometown. And then I'm going to jump down just a little bit. Figure 8. They got 10 kills as well, but they're down there in 7th place. So pretty much from 7th to 1st place, 10 kills, 9 kills. I mean, these squads are looking pretty aggressive here. Pretty
aggressive. And look right now, you see definitely in the middle, you know, the middle of the pack. Syndicate 27, Latinos Unidos 27, 24th, all the way in line. So, I mean, this board could still get changed up big time. I was going to go ahead and say hi to you guys really quick on this one. What a great match, number 2 at Sanhok. I mean, look at that. Once 5th Circle comes in Sanhok, I mean, these teams are just eliminated like crazy. We had 15 go down to 4 in like, what,
yeah,
you know, 120 seconds. So I would love to see some, you know, players. I think they have to start really utilizing that heal strat, you know. If you have, you know, collect them all from your team there, just eat blue and just slowly try to get your way in, because, man, just a few seconds can mean a ridiculous amount of placement points, at least for right now. I know it's going to change in the future, but still.
And not only that, though, Sanhok. I mean, Sanhok is the map to the, especially, you know, if you are just so far out there, you have nowhere to go. You know, the only way to go is straight, and that's into like 4 different teams that you can already hear their gunshots. Just give all your meds. You know, you nailed it on the head. Give all your meds to that one player, put him in the compound, and say, good luck, soldier. I'll see you later. And then that guy in the compound, that woman in the compound, be like, all right, good luck, squad, on making it on into zone. Whoever works. Whoever makes it works out fine. Okay, but we've seen it before. Placement points. I mean, Pyra was able to do that exact play and get at least an additional 10 points when it comes to placement points just because of that alone. I mean, 14 to 5 teams, that's the Thanos snap. That's what John Allen likes to call it. So I mean, I'm going to take that from John. I mean, that's the Thanos snap right there, that zone.
I mean, yeah, I mean, even stronger, because it's taking out more than half the lobby right there. I mean, so, I mean, definitely what a crazy game. You know, that was a hot one, but I'll tell you what, about to heat things up even more in the next match, because we're taking it over to the desert, ladies and gentlemen. Miramar 2.0 coming up next. Again, Hot Jukes here with Mustache Dave, and we'll be right back with you right after this quick break, and as soon as these players get loaded into the lobby. are back, ladies and gentlemen, with match number 3. Miramar 2.0. The players are already in the plane, and they are loaded up and starting to head on out. You can see SK heading up to the north. Null dropping off real quick in Paraíso. So, man, let's get it going here in the desert.
You're trying to surprise people. Back to match number 3.
That's right.
Jump
You know,
scare.
that's what we gotta do. You know, we gotta bring the hype, baby, because it's Miramar 2.0. It's not just regular Miramar, and it's Friday. It's Friday. Weekend's just around the corner. Got a lot of professional PUBG Mobile ready to be played, ladies and gentlemen. Remember, top 14 teams here from the semifinals are moving on, as well with 2 invited squads. So let's get it going here. We're looking at Picado right now, and it looks like Infinex looking to take that for their own. And Defeaters, looks like they're heading over to El Pozo all by themselves, so they're gonna have a ton of loot going into this match.
Be real. Every day is the weekend, man. Every day is the weekend. So let's be honest with one another. Here. We're about to have some fun. D-Pain out here from Syndicate. Oh, we're gonna be crashing right there, but they were able to pick up the vehicle and send it back on into the town. Looks like SK were able to get their own vehicle themselves. So yeah, every day, the weekend, Friday night, party night, PUBG Mobile night. It's looking good. I forgot where I was going with this one.
Hey, well, you know what, man? I'll tell you what. It's always a party. Always a party.
It's always
a party. We got your man Mustache Dave in the house. So let's get it going. Let's get it going here. We see these squads heading in their buses, trying to find some loot and get it going. Now, the circle happened to go ahead and shift pretty far south. So it's going to be a difficult rotation for the squads headed north. But right now, look at this Tiptop again. Getting into a fight right off the bat. You said it earlier, like Tiptop are always in early engagements, and I mean, it is seemed to be ringing true as they are now having to get into a battle with Punjab eSports. And Punjab eSports, they could definitely hold it down, but I'll tell you who isn't. Ivorian, he ain't got nothing. No gun. No, he's just holding right behind his teammate, you know, just saying, please, get him, man. Come on, I'm helpless right now.
Get him. He's like, White Walker, you got this. You got this. Just peek the corner and shoot.
Hype him up.
You got to do.
Hype him
you
up,
got
man.
this. You got this. Looks like Shy prepping a grenade, looking to toss that one. I mean, if Shy gets that one grenade right in the middle, right in that sweet spot. But yeah, Ivorian already going to be pulling off with this one. We hear the gunshots starting to erupt out there in the
White
distance.
Walker.
So a couple of these players got guns. White Walker able to get a trade onto one of the members from Tiptop. It's going to be a good old-fashioned 4v3. I mean, I'm going to say 3v3 still because Ivorian doesn't have a weapon yet.
But that was the hype, though. That was the hype, man. And White Walker did get it. So, I mean, it worked right there. But now it's up to Yang for the 1v1. Don't know what Shy playing this really shy right now. Oh, and Yang just, the SKS.
SKS hit fire from Yang.
Oh,
taking down 2.
Goodness.
Taking down 2, and then we'll be aiming down sight to get the thirst, the ultimate BM.
Man, Tiptop saying, taking out first? No, sir. Not today, says Yang. What a play. That SKS was just disgusting. Ivorian was able to find an M16 and a shotgun, but they're on the run from this. They're trying to take off best they can. Seeing got his hands on an M4. Not bad. Oh, Ivorian got tapped up pretty good. He's to run for their lives right now. They need to just...
Yeah, just, you know, just go. You know, just go. You don't want to get taken out early here because that's 1 point. And you definitely don't want 1 point in any of your matches. You got Yang on the approach.
He's feeling himself.
SKS mask on, so you don't know who it is. But, yeah, okay. Punjab looks like they're going to take your advice. They're trying to pull off of this one because, I mean, it's a 4v2. It's not a fight you want to find yourself in, especially with no armor.
That's right.
The med situation, it's close to none. So
that's what I was about to say. You know, I mean, when it comes to, like, you know, you don't want to be in a 4v2 situation at any time, but let alone early game when you just have, you know, hardly anything to defend yourself. And speaking, I mean, Ivorian, he had nothing for quite a long time there. But what a play that we were able to see, because Tiptop went out really early in that last Sanhok match. Good to see them kind of come out strong here in this Miramar, because they definitely need to make some, they have some catching up to do. Anytime you get a 1 point match, that is just the worst case scenario. So can't afford too many of those if you're looking to be on the top.
What's the best case scenario?
Best case scenario is you're in first place 24/7. And
24/7.
At 24/7, baby. You know, you're just like there. You just do not die. You know, you're just fragging out. You got all the fans, and you know,
5 chicken dinners in a day.
5 chicken dinners a
best
day.
case
That's
scenario.
the best case, 100%.
Wow.
No,
5
you know
kills.
what?
5 kills
then-
with
and then-
60 kills.
And after that, you're just
5
invited.
wins with 60 kills.
You're just invited after that. You know, you don't even have to.
Oh,
play.
you're one of the invited teams.
That's the best case scenario, to be honest. You don't even have to worry about all this. You're like, hey, I'll play when the money time comes around. You know, that's how you do it.
That's
But
what I was gonna go with earlier. Like, who do you even like have an idea? Like, I know you know.
I don't
want
want to
to
say. I don't want to
Who
say.
are those 2 teams?
Well, at the end of the day, when it comes to any team that's invited, it's usually a team that has performed in the past and has had success. You know, like it's usually a squad that's, you know, played at the highest level and for somewhat or some odd reason just didn't make it into that last stage. So we'll have to see it. Or also sometimes sometimes what happens is you have top squads switch up players. Twice and Syndicate are getting into it with Null, and Null seems to be coming out on top of this so far with 1 kill and trying to hunt down the rest.
Yeah, there's so much, you know, spicy news. You know, I'm looking forward to seeing who the top, or not the top, but the 2 teams invited to the finals here for PMCO are going to be. I'm looking forward to the 24th. There's supposed to be a bunch of, you know, secret news that will be revealed on the 24th. I know PUBG Mobile, the Twitter, I know the eSports, PUBG Mobile, they've been tweeting about that as well, and, you know, posting on Facebook and all that good stuff. So I honestly have no clue. So I'm just looking forward to it. I mean, keep it real. No, Kawhi.
Can always get surprised.
What?
Can always get surprised. You know, like that's what I'm saying. It's like I don't know who's gonna be invited, but at the end of the day, I'm really looking forward to it. You know, because this is a high-level competition here. Now, the amount of teams moving on from the Club Open hasn't been announced yet either. So I'm looking forward to see how that is gonna turn out. But right now, I just think that all these players, I mean, they're just focusing on making a top 14. That's the goal. That's the strategy of all of these teams. You do not want to be anywhere lower than that. 9th circle. Cabo said hello from King. King not able to
Quick
get the
U-turn.
flush. Yeah,
Quick U-turn. I thought Cabo was going to attempt to get the run over right there. Honestly, they were baiting me.
Good support, though, from his squad. Instantly pre-firing that. Leaves King to have to kind of hold that angle. He's going to try and throw a long nade, and you'll be surprised with that hill. They'll go a little further, but it looks to be a little too overcooked, so it's not going to be able to reach.
A little well done. A little well done right there, huh?
Never order it.
Some people like it. Some people like it like that. Some people
Savages.
like it well done. So Cabo, mini in hand, going to be popping on up right there, just taking some shots. Yeah, King right behind the rock, you know, just kind of, you know, providing the information right now to their squad Versatile. I do see one of the squad mates of Versatile kind of trying to wrap around, you know, trying to wrap around 9th circle, but 9th circle, it's so early. Yeah, you're trying to get that wrap around. It's so early on though in this game that I feel like 9th circle, they're like, let's not get into this fight. There's just, you know, no reason to.
Yeah, it makes sense. It makes sense. You know, you don't want to get taken out early. I mean, you get taken out right now, that's 1 point. And to make up for that, I mean, you got to always make some big plays. So I love to see that in here. And we had the first zone go south, and now it's going even further down south over to Los Leones right here. And you're going to see a lot of these squads in the north have to make this rotation right now. One thing about Los Leones is, like, man, there's no place that has more real estate than that. I mean, there's just so many different buildings that you can hide at and hold. And it's tough. It's probably one of my least favorites to be in because you just never know where a team is. You got to be looking everywhere. So many different levels, different angles. And we're going to see Supernova be the first team to kind of really secure that location. But all the rest are going to have to make their way in right now.
Supernova. This is their first night under the Supernova flag. They used to be known as Endgame. We saw them. Supernova right now. Currently 10th place after 2 games. They have 8 placement points and 3 kills. So with that being said, I mean, this is the halfway mark for today. You know, this is game number 3. We have 5 games today. Halfway mark. Supernova. What would you recommend the squad do? I know I'm putting you on the spot here, but imagine you're the coach for the team. This is your big day. It's your big day to shine.
Make plays. Don't die. That's always my strategy. You know, just
Make
do
players
not
don't die.
If you're able to do
Or
that,
coach.
you're going to be able to win, you know. But, you know, Everfury, Kodo, these guys both been to global lands. They have a lot of experience. Played with another player that I played with in the past as well. I mean, I expect a lot from this team here. At the same time, you know, it's difficult anytime you have new players and you're working together for the first time to get that synergy going. So we know they got the gun skill. We know that they have the experience. It's just about being able to work together and do it and be able to use all of that combined in the most optimal sense. But it's a lot easier said than done. That's for sure. I'd love to see them play a little bit tighter. That's for sure. I mean, they are really stepping right now. Yeah, on this location, Everfury. I mean, he just hit. I mean, dude, that's the straight line juke right there. And it just works so strong. You know, Kawhi.
Kodo.
Yeah.
Trying to do the same thing out here, but it looks like they ran into a little speed bump. Kawhi, SLR, gonna be pulling back. Gonna be pulling back right there. Yep.
Yeah, and it looks like, you know, Everfury, he's the one that's scouting out right now. Gonna secure this spot out wide in the open. Go ahead and just head into the building. Oh, look at that Foundy. Good. A good vending machine right there. So he's gonna be able to get all the energy drinks he's looking for going in for the rest of the day.
And that's a lot. Yeah,
That's a lot.
That's a lot. You know, you need at least a level 2 bag to like fill that sucker up. You know, it's for free. Yeah, it's free, free 99. So all you gotta do is sit there, press that button, cross your fingers. You might get 1, you might get 2, or I think, what is it, 8? Or is it 5 to the max? 8.
8. It's insane.
Yes.
Yeah,
8.
you get that
What
jackpot.
do you do with 8? Like, what
Man,
do you do?
You just smile. You know, you just smile, pat, maybe share some with your squad if you're feeling generous, and look at that.
Ooh, Espinoza.
Great shots. And Espinoza, I don't see his team nearby yet. It looks like they are going to try to cross to get to him, but it's not going to be easy. I think Supernova really needs to kind of use this opportunity to find these angles and bait that player out. We'll see, though.
Could be a nice little setup for the squad. We were just talking about Supernova and how they had 3 kills and looking to maybe
Espinoza's
get
on the crawl.
Squad wipe onto Infinex. Yeah, Espinoza crawling away. Ooh, okay.
South?
Yes.
South side, baby.
Yes.
I mean,
South side.
I mean,
like
wow.
this zone. I like it.
I mean, just talk about just hardship after hardship in the same direction. It just keeps going south, you know, downtown. And you can see here, some of it's in the water. So that's going to even cut down the amount of real estate even more. So you got to move there as fast as possible. And we see these teams immediately going. But, you know, Supernova, they were caught a fight with Infinex. So that's going to delay them even further. But we see like Warning 6, Latinos Unidos, Figure 8. They're already all set up here. But we're going to see a battle big time coming up right now.
Yeah, Latinos Unidos, this is their jam, right? They got a total of 20 placement points with 7 kills, and we saw them out there on the east just strolling on in the zone. I mean, won't be surprised if they continue to perform like they have been. They've been doing so good. J Tattoo though, trying to crawl behind the cover.
Frustrated.
Their squad was already gone though at that point, so I mean, you're just gonna end up getting confirmed in the process, but. This is our team that we were talking about last game. Tiptop Cn1, 3 kills so far. They got into an early engagement here on this Miramar map. And looking real quick at our squad, Tiptop, they're surprisingly in 14th position with only 3 kills in total. So they're looking to double that up here.
Yeah, definitely looking to have a good performance right here. You know, J Tattoo from 9 Circles got to be frustrated because he seems to be been taken out really early. There's nothing worse in competitive than getting taken out on a rotation or not really even getting the opportunity to fight. You know, at least if you lose against another squad, you're able to kind of work on it like, hey, you know, at least I got some shots down range. But, you know, getting killed on the rotation, you just got to just sit and wait for the next game here, and hopefully he will be able to bounce back. But we just see all these squads just trying to find anything, any kind of cover they could get in this circle, and it's not going to be easy. Look at this. Versatile and Supernova right next to each other.
Yeah, and we actually saw that circle just a moment ago. It was empty less than 30 seconds ago, and it filled up quite quick. I mean, we got 16 squads. We got the whole lobby. Yes, we lost a couple members here and there, but all the teams are still up, still alive, and we're looking in right now. It looks like it is going to be our squad, Supernova, that we were talking about earlier on. They're trying to take a fight. We're versatile. We got 1 kill so far on the board, and they are on the edge.
Yeah, they're trying to put up as many as they can. Oh, it looks like Versatile is going to be the squad with the golden
king.
Marado. With the king,
King's
yeah, the king. That, I mean, what a title to have with that beautiful, beautiful vehicle. See it?
Wow.
Oh, Tiptop.
Tiptop. Wow.
And gets the thirst.
What?
Wow. What a little bit of a misplay from Supernova there. Excalibur getting caught out. And Tiptop, they're just going to take that point and rotate on in.
Yeah. They get a kill, and then they go right back into the convoy, and they're like sending him on into the next zone. It's like every Fury trying to get some revenge, trying to pop those tires out there in the distance. But Tiptop, they're playing their own game. They're playing chess out here. Meanwhile, we got Syndicate trying to make the push on to Supernova.
They have to do this push really quickly. I mean, there's 33 seconds left. The zone seems to have hard shifted off of them. So they needed to opt to either disengage and move or take this fight because you don't want to get gate kept. And it looks like their option is just fight it out right now. And here they come.
This is it. This is it. Grenades in hand. Getting them prepped.
Out.
They need to take this fight. The next zone does going up, and we are so far from it. I mean, this is as far as you could be from the next zone. And
South again.
That's why we start to see King get aggressive. Everfury and Kodo right in front of him. King prepping a grenade. Going to be tossing that one up the stairwell. Salty making the pop up, the pull up as well. Everfury on the roof, on the outskirts of this one. Kodo.
Oh, Everfury.
On their own mission. Yeah, on their own mission. But Everfury connecting onto one right there. King connected on as well. Kodo trying to pop on off on their solo mission. Everfury from above looking to get the conversion.
Kodo!
My goodness, Supernova. It's coming down to it. The blue zone now.
The blue zone. That's gonna be
Supernova.
They took him out. They took him out. Supernova was able to take out Versatile there. And the tough part is like when you decide to take that fight, even if you're versatile, you had to know, even if you got those kills, the chance of you getting in this next circle is just gonna be so low. But now, yeah, Supernova, they're trying to get this res. They're gonna have to full send it into this next one and hope that it doesn't hard shift off them again. The play zone takes out Swift, and yeah, they're not going to be able to pick him up, so it's just Everfury and Kodo up north, but we're just switching on over to these squads in the center of the zone here. Hometown, look at that car wall, you know? Nice
wall, nice cover, and you know who's wishing for that cover? The defeaters right now. They wish they had some cover. Richie crawling out there in the dirt. Looks like they do have one vehicle to work with. Fishy trying to get the revive. Here comes the smokes as well. TIBET across the road. Payne cooking a grenade of their own. Only 2 up from TIBET, and they need to be cautious because Warning 6 up there to the north with the high ground. Trying to third party both these squads.
Yeah, go ahead and throw that smoke up there to cover that sight lines, which is going to be pretty good. There's no way that they're gonna have a squad push down from that. So I like those smokes. I don't like their position though, man. They're really stuck out. TIBET has to make a big play. But speaking of big plays, here comes Richie with the grenade. Will it connect?
Richie!
TIBET. Oh,
Richie! Wow.
What a
nice nade though. Nice nade. I would like to see that into the push from the defeaters, but they have other distractions out there in the distance as well, as Richie attempting to take some shots onto the vehicles in the distance. And Ghosty able to make the pull up just a little closer.
Oh, wow.
I was going to say, it looks like they're not going to focus on getting the confirm, but they are. Nice.
Yeah, defeaters use that. So rather than getting that push, they decided to take position over that, and it looks like it's going to pay off because now they're going to be able to rotate there just a little bit to the right, and it looks like they will be able to get in. It's a lot of open road, though. It won't be easy, but we'll see right now. Quest, they're just sitting pretty, baby. They're right on top of that mountain looking at everybody, and I think that it's Quest game again to really put some big points on the board.
That would actually be nuts. Currently, they have 38 placement points with 25 kills.
Insane.
And they are in first place, and they're up there. They're at the top of the mountain. They got the whole team alive. They're going to be looking down, and talk about looking down. Warning 6 right now, looking down onto TIBET. TIBET able to continue to get these revives on one another, able to continue to survive and use everything in their backpacks, the heals, the smokes, to just try to snake their way on in ever so closer. Still 14 teams. 14 teams. We're almost 20 minutes into this game, and we start to see the YOLO pushes. Everybody in their vehicles just trying to make it, and find a spot of safety right now.
It's so hard. It's so hard. You got so many teams gatekeeping you all over the place. I mean, we saw Tiptop Shy getting knocked there, Ninth Circle getting into it. It's Everfury, the last one up, and flash. And just like that, in a flash, that is going to be it for Supernova. Out early once again, so they need to have a big performance these next couple games if they want to have a good day one. But right now, we're still looking at all these squads. Yeah, like right now, Hometown, they're outside of the zone. And they got to push into Null.
Ooh, Twinkles, watch out. Watch out.
But it's not going to be an easy push because now they're going to gatekeep you like crazy. Goldblade knows it, so he's trying to get a different
No, they're concerned, though, with roll trying to make their run in right now. SK, we saw making the push, dropping down their bus right in front of two members. Serve in the hay bales on the outskirts of this one. Looks like grenades are being tossed, being traded back and forth right here.
Big shots coming out. Oh, wow. What a spray. Just full scented. Survival wasn't even able to really get that pre-fire either. Quan Yu really wants this right now. Serve's going to be able to get this nade loaded.
Uh-oh.
They must have heard the pin. Oh, but he catches him anyway. Uzi out.
Uzi in hand. Looks like the revive is going to be happening over there in the stairwell. And Serve needs to pull this one off. This is a 1v3. 1v3. They seem to have a good idea on where Serve might be at for the time being, trying to get that ricochet off that backboard. Serve, Uzi in hand, will be spun out. One of the members will be chunking them down before they were able to vault on into the cover, into the safety, and now it's a 1v1, a good old-fashioned 1v1. Ooh, Serve taking some of that blue zone damage, but it will not stop. It's not going to stop Serve. Serve trying to get the thirst, trying to get the confirms, and Serve has a good idea on where that last remaining enemy might be. And let's see who will come out on top. Yes, so much pre-fire coming on out right now. Defang, though, extremely low. No meds, just a scar and a dream.
As soon as he pulls that pin, he's going to get sent on right now. Oh, the Molotov goes in, and Serve takes him out in the 3v1 right there. What a play from Serve. Crushing it right now. Getting the heal up, and he's going to try to hold the edge of this circle. Man, Syndicate still not going out.
Not going out. Serve definitely carrying that flag. Carrying that flag with pride, and a 1v3. That was beautiful. That was a beautiful quest, though. Talk about
down to 2.
Trying to have some beautiful games out here. They only got 2 up somehow. They only got 2 up, but they are still in that next circle. Looks like Nueve might have spotted out Null on their pull-up as Sky's going to be tossing out some grenades. But my concern, defeaters in the smokes, making their way on up the hill. Quest are looking to be in a nice looking sandwich here in a couple moments.
Oh yeah, they're spread out, just trying to survive, and it's so funny because Quest gatekeeping right now seems to be having a little bit of trouble, but when they're having to full send it outside of zone, they're like so deadly. So this is really interesting to see. But Null, now they seem to have the best position here going into the rest of this fight. We'll see right now 7 teams remaining, ladies and gentlemen, 23 minutes left on the clock. We can just see everybody just trying to get some intel, get some big shots. I mean, it's full snake mode right now. Just try to survive.
Serve could play spoiler to Quest. I mean, is on fire. Just finished, wiping out a squad pretty much. Going to be sneaking their way on into this next zone, and they're going to be landing right in the middle of Quest. But Null got 4 up. They're looking to get the dub here.
There goes
They're
Skies.
looking to get the win. Skies popping over into that window, was immediately spotted. So you got to be cautious on your angles.
Caught Serve. He was able to get Serve on the way in. So that was a really big play from Skies, able to shut down that possible third-party opportunity. Look at that Molly. That Molly just kind of drifted on down, almost caught Defeaters. And Defeaters are just all bunched up in the smoke. One nade, that'll do it, but it doesn't look like any of the players seem to have one for him.
Yeah, Sky's connecting right there on. Here comes the spray down. Null looking to keep the defeaters outside, looking to take them down and out in their smoke wall. And talking about walls, Null have a vehicle fortress to call their own.
It's all Null right now. I mean, they have the best spot without a doubt. They got all 4 players up, 7 kills, looking to add some more on the board. These are the games you hope for. When you get these kind of positions, you got to take full advantage. You want that chicken dinner and a ton of kills to hopefully offset the games that you don't, but a crazy send. But, I mean, the return fire, Fears. Oh, and defeat. I mean, there's just third parties all over the place.
Yeah, so it looks like Null, they sent 1 or 2 members in vehicles, and they kept Fears in the back line to kind of play that anchor position to make sure that they're able to make it on into safety. Richie, the last one up for the Fears, just trying to crawl on out. Cabana going for that spray down with the M4 out there onto Null, but Quest, Nueve still in the back line. Sky still in the back line, just poking at everybody, trying to thirst these players, trying to thirst these downs and rack up as many points as possible. And wherever, looks like they're going to be grouping on up with Skies, and Cash from above is going to be spotting out Richie. Oh, Cash gets taken out to the blue zone. Richie will be able to get the confirm, get the flush, but Skies, yep, they've been waiting. Skies has been waiting to hit those shots right there. In the sky, exactly. Still 2 up. Still 2 up for Quest. We got 3 teams to go. We are in a top 3 situation. It's not over yet.
Not over yet. I mean, hey, Warning 6 still have 3 up. Null's pretty spread out right now, and Skies is just crushing it. The team has 6 kills so far. Skies has 5, and it looks like, I mean, Quest and Warning 6 are kind of, you know, being able to use each other and just take out Null, the biggest threat right now. Oh, but looks like Warning 6 said, hey, you know what, bad blood. The truce ended so fast.
Oh, Nueve has this crate for cover for the time being, was taking shots on the Null, but was spotted in the process. But those knocks from Warning 6 earlier on were able to provide just enough time. Sky's not able to get the revive and taken down by Warning 6. That truce definitely not in effect here, not this game at least. And here comes the aggressive push from Null. Null, they have 4 up. This is looking like a Null dub. This is looking like a Null victory. Cabana trying to defend. Not able to defend right there at the end, but Warning 6 able to at least, because they were not favored in any of those zones. They were getting just shifted on zone after zone. They were able to get second place, but Null, I mean, Null, Twinkles, 5 kills. Okay.
That's your favorite player. Twinkles, you know, getting it done there. Look at that, you know, 11 kills in total for Null. That's a great performance there. And it was so interesting to see how, like, you know, Warning 6 and Quest, from those 2 angles, if they just decided to, like, fully, you know, take out Null, I think they would have done it. But as soon as they realized that they were out in the open, like you mentioned earlier, just the truce was over. They said, we want these kills. And with that, that break of trust between those 2 teams at that time, Null took full advantage, was able to take the chicken dinner.
The truce, man. Yeah, it was so crazy how quick those tables turned, because I mean, you were calling it out. Warning 6 and both Quests were just, both of the teams were just firing on top of Null, you know, one after another after another. But then Skies, you know, just seeing that perfect opportunity onto Warning 6, and that kind of, I feel like that kind of upset Warning 6. It's like, hey, what happened? I thought we were trying to take out Null. But then we saw at the end there, Skies just no cover behind that crate. But regardless, having a duo able to get that many kills and the 3rd place, talk about consistency. Wow, I mean, Quest, they're up there, baby. They are up there.
I mean, just always seeming to be at the end game there. And hey, you know what they say? All is fair in blood and war right there. And man, what a crazy finish. But let's go ahead and go straight to the leaderboards to see how they look after match number 3. And as we can see here, ladies and gentlemen, guess who's in first place? It's none other than Quest, you know, with 63 total points. Null, after that chicken dinner, that's going to put them in 2nd place with 55. I mean, that's a heck of a good, solid lead. And now you got Syndicate and Hometown tied 3rd, 4th with 34 points.
Yeah, and I know we are, you know, really early on, we're only 3 games deep, and this is groups A and B. But we have to remember, you know, everybody watching, all the players playing, we have to remember, all right? And we have to keep this in our mind throughout the next 3 days, all right? Top 14, that's it. The top 14 squads are the teams that will make it on into the finals. So you wanna beat top 14. So right here, we are gonna be checking in with teams 1st through 12th. Supernova down there at the bottom to kind of round things out. 16 total points. So we're starting to see a pretty big gap at least. Looking around, maybe 5th place, you know. It's starting to develop here, just a little bit.
Yeah, starting to develop. You know, really interested to see how it ends up finishing out here, as we got so many squads that are just kind of putting in work, trying to get it done, but it's getting closer and closer, ladies and gentlemen, to the finish here of day number 1. We got 2 more matches left to go, and I can't wait to see how those end up turning out as we move on over, you know, to the rest of the leaderboards. And let's see how that looks, as we can see here. In 13th place, Versatile with 12 points, down to TIBET right now. Yeah, TIBET currently right now in last, technically, as it's in 16th. The rest of these squads, ladies and gentlemen, remember, have not played. That is going to be Group B, I believe, which has not played today yet. So, man, if you're any of these teams, don't get comfortable. You got to put some big points on the board if you want to make it on over to the finals.
Couldn't have said it any better. I mean, Tiptop, we're seeing them in so many fights, every single game, so many fights. 7 kills, though, so far, so they were able to double their kill count last game alone. If we can continue to see that from Tiptop, I'm feeling good. Punjab eSports, though, that's a big surprise because, yeah, group stages, they were just zooming. They were zooming. They were just mopping the floor with every single squad they got into a fight with. But then again, you know, we're only 3 games into this, so you know, if you're out there, if you're a Punjab esports fan, don't be too scared, not yet. But at the end of the day, if they can't pick up some slack here at the last 2 games, you know, I'm going to start to develop some concerns for sure, because you don't want to be this far back. I mean, only 10 points, right? First place is like 70 points already.
That's correct.
If I don't, yeah. So yeah, we're starting. Yeah, that's gonna be a big gap. So you don't want to be down here at the end of the day. That's as simple as that.
And the big thing too is you're not gonna have a lot of opportunities to get points. I mean, there's only a couple of days of games that you're gonna be able to play. So if you're any of these squads, you have to crush it now, because you basically only get 2 days of the semifinal games.
That's
you know, so you're going to have to be able to put the biggest performance now, because if you're going to try to catch up in the next couple of days, it's just not going to be able to happen. So, ladies and gentlemen, that's going to be it for match number 3. We got match number 4. It's going to cool it down a little bit in Vikendi, so don't go anywhere as we come back right after this quick, short break.